the General Secretary of the Opposition National Democratic Congress, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, says the NDC will not support the e-levy even when it revised to a lower rate. Government has expressed readiness to reduce the e-levy to 1.5% from the original 1.75 after further consultation with stakeholders and the minority in Parliament. Speaking on the Pulse on the Joy News channel, Asiedu Nketia called for a total withdrawal of the tax for further consultation.
I've suggested to them that this e-levy must be taken back and then repackaged, engage all those who needed to be engaged. If it will take you 6 months to reintroduce it, by that time all this work would have been done and the nation would have built some consensus. Maybe during the engagement you could have suggestions of another means of raising the same money. It can be discussed.
The minority in Parliament is pushing for a no e-levy debate in the absence of the Speaker, Alban Badmin. Last Friday, the minority kicked against moves by the majority to reintroduce the levy, citing time constraint. Now, Joy News is learning that the Speaker, Alban Badmin, has left the country for medical checkup, a situation the NPP caucus lament would frustrate government business. But Deputy Minority Leader James Krichaveji, in an interview, admonished government to halt the reconsideration, arguing the opposition NDC will resist any attempt by the deputy speakers to participate during the voting on this controversial bill.
Yes, Speaker definitely is having his medical treatment. He cannot, or he should not, at the peril of his life for what is happening. So we should give the Speaker the benefit of the doubt. He must treat himself because we need him. So if Speaker travel this weekend and will not be available next week, I think our advice to the majority side is that we should wait until the Speaker comes back. We want the Speaker to preside, then we'll vote on the matter. And once that is done, the end result will be a decision of the House, and whether the motion will be lost completely or the model will carry. That is something that will be done after. But we want the Speaker to be there. We don't want any of the deputies to sit so that what happened in 2021 should repeat itself. We don't want that. 9 million Ghanaians earn income. And by our income tax law, they are supposed to pay income tax. That is direct tax. So if currently only 2.4 million Ghanaians are paying tax, the remaining 6.6 million Ghanaians should be worked at. We should look at that angle. System to be put in place to ensure that people earn income and they pay the appropriate tax on it. That will even bring more money to government. If 2.4 million Ghanaians paying direct tax are paying over 37 or 30 billion Ghana cedis, you can imagine if additional 2.4 million also pay tax again. So we'll be adding additional 30 billion. That is more than 6.9 billion. So the laziest way to collect the revenue for government is to sit in the office, and even when you are eating or drinking beer, you are laughing because somebody is making transfers somewhere and money is coming to the consolidated fund. That should be the laziest means of doing that. There are many ways that they can do that. The Auditor General report, we should look at that where we can prevent that and save a lot of money.
Well, the General Secretary of the NDC, Johnson Asiedu Nketia, has endorsed this position. He spoke on the Pulse.
Engaging. And that can only lead to radicalization, because if you want us to discuss, we discuss not under the atmosphere of intimidation. We discuss with free minds. But you think that, well, let us threaten this man here, let us threaten that man here, and that, and then you are even attacking the moderates within our ranks. What do you think you are doing? You are radicalizing the rest, and even you are radicalizing the moderates. That is why you end up having, hardened positions which you cannot reconcile. So they still have not woken out of their dreams that they don't control what they claim they control. If they realize that, look, this is the end of our abilities, We need to engage and engage constructively and engage not with deception, but with absolute good faith. They'll get proper engagement.